Welcome to the Mountain House Disc Golf Tournament at the GoPro Mountain Games. I'm Gabe Gallegos of Wildfire Disc, and today I have Aaron Gossage with me.
Hey, thanks Gabe for having me. I'm really excited to give this commentary on these rounds. It was a great tournament, honestly, had a blast, great competitors, and really just excited to see how we do out there this final round.
Yeah, as you can see, earlier in the tournament, in round one, Eagle shot 17 down, which is just incredible.
Yeah, it was a really solid score. He came out throwing, so definitely set the tone for the whole tournament. And I've just been trying to scrape back into the tournament each round. So we'll see how this final round goes for us.
Yeah, hole one, 279 feet, just a nice downhill throw.
Yeah, it plays a lot shorter than 279, and we had quite a bit of right to left wind going here. So you'll see a lot of us go with that forehand play that fights back into the wind. As you can see, Eagle plays that shot off, just slightly off to the right of the basket, because there is a little bit of rough to the left and long of it as well. And there I am going for the same play. And honestly, I thought I rang that one up on the first hole, but I hit the tree right behind the basket, so I was fortunate to stay right there in the circle.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear the disc golf groans when someone gets an ace run.
Yeah, for sure. This is Nate here. He throws a lot of tomahawks, so we'll be seeing that a lot through the round. And last we have Dan here, and you can see there that the wind just got a hold of that disc, like I was saying with that right to left carry. He's probably about 40 feet away. A little bit of a look there between the two trees, but just doesn't quite connect. Tough putt there. Eagle making short work of this hole. And yeah, like I said, I was fortunate enough just to stay there right next to the basket. And Nate was parked as well. His was about 10 feet, so he tapped in his too as well.
Hole two, right next to Tournament Central, 265 feet.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It's got that backdrop behind it that leads steeply to the creek. So everyone's trying to come up a little bit short, but you also don't want that death putt at it as well. As you can see here, Eagle's throwing a tactic and just barely even throws it. So smooth out of his hand.
Just on that replay, almost just parks it right up next to the basket.
Yeah, if it had jumped a little higher, it might have gone in. After seeing Eagle's shot, I was trying to throw that nice smooth shot as well. And yeah, I don't quite have that nice smooth distance down. So I left myself a little short.
Yeah, if I remember in round three, you left yourself about 35 feet left of the basket. You were still able to capitalize off that.
Definitely a good feeling getting the round started with a nice putt. But you'll see Dan here throws a beautiful shot. Catches those bushes just left of the basket. And it's just sitting right there. It's funny, on this putt right here, I had a thought that I was like, did I come out to play today? Yes, I did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, there's Dan's putt, just right under the basket.
Yeah, a little obstructed, but when you're that close to the basket, it doesn't matter. And Nate left his a little bit short, so he just pitched up and tapped in his three.
And this hole three, 275, it's pretty interesting. The next tee pad is about 30 feet, maybe 60 feet from the actual basket, so there's sometimes a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, we definitely let the card in front of us tee off before we lined up these shots. But this one's also interesting because it has the rough just left of the basket, but the basket's on a ridge line, so you also don't want to sail off to the right. Again, we have that right to left wind, so the forehand is the favored shot if you've got it. Beautiful shot from Eagle there. He's sitting probably about 15 feet.
Yeah, it seemed to be when this course is open, the forehand is pretty favorable.
Definitely. I found myself throwing about 80% forehands on this course, for sure. And I came up about 10 feet short, but once again, a good ace run. Dan saw that both of ours kind of held up in the wind, so he gave his a little bit more speed and ended up low left in that rough.
And I love that tomahawk form by Nathan, just the flying monkey, if you will.
Yeah, he's got so much energy. Great guy, really fun guy to play with for sure. It's just super fun to watch how much energy he gets into all his shots, even his warm-ups. There I tapped in my two, probably, yeah, about 15 feet. Eagle's about the same.
You get to see Dan right through the basket.
That's a really great putt. Unfortunately, that was for his par because he was way back in the rough and just barely managed to make it to there, even from, after his drive. So
Just wanted to give a shout out to Dan and Shando Music. You can find that on SoundCloud, Instagram, and Facebook. Shando Music. Pull 4, 254 feet, right against the side of the creek.
it's a very interesting hole, and there's so many ways to attack it, but I was not expecting this one from Eagle McMahon. He went the prototype tilt.
See it about 100, 150 feet above the ground.
It was crazy. I can't even believe we found it. And the weirdest part is the tree is slanted over the creek, so we couldn't tell if it was inbounds or not. I decided to go for a little safer play and play the wide forehand, and it paid off for me there.
It's interesting, after the third round at this course, Eagle mentioned that he went and grabbed his tilt from his stack, made sure he got it just for that hole. Unfortunately, it was on top of the tree. And Dan just getting smacked down by that tree.
Yeah, that's the more common line that Dan just went for, right up the middle. And here's another just crazy line that you don't see very often. And just like he did in the round before this, he was as close as he could be to being out of bounds, but stayed in.
An Eagle with just an immaculate upshot.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Just parked under the basket pretty much. With the same exact shot just from the other side of the basket, that Anheuser putt.
And he almost rung that up as well. Great out from there. We decided to give the benefit to Eagle on that one and say that he was in bounds just because we couldn't confirm whether he was over the water or not. But so he didn't get that OB stroke and got to pitch up under the basket for his par.
Look at that beautiful shot with that water running right behind the basket. What an absolute beautiful course, followed by a beautiful putt.
Yeah, that's what I love about this tournament, is you just get a great dose of mountain golf. The GoPro games, just in general, there's so many different activities and events going on in the town of Vail, and then you come out in the woods and you just get to play at some of the most beautiful courses out there.
As you can see, Aaron was able to take a stroke up on Eagle with that bird.
Yeah, this hole was a little bit tricky for me in the first round. I'm trying to grenade over the top here, and first round I left it a little bit left, so we'll see if I can make the adjustment for this round.
Looks like it went a little right that time.
Yeah, definitely not what I had lined up in my head.
That snap is so incredible.
Very snappy.
So snappy.
But talk about grenades. Eagle is the man for that, and that disc is probably 10 feet from the pin.
Yeah, I believe he's throwing the prototype splice there also.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like one of the new Discmania discs. It's incredibly overstable. Great shot from Dan there. He
Great shot.
went for the thumber. Nate sticking with the trusty tomahawk.
Thanks for getting in the shot, Eagle.
Yeah, and you can see he's parked there as well. So Steve designed this great hole that had this tight little gap up the middle, and then all four of us just went right over the top. Sorry, Steve.
Nice little up to get all three, the rest of you guys a little tap in.
Hole 6 is a little bit interesting. It's only 235, but it plays quite a bit uphill, and it's on this little bit of a slope here. So I like playing the forehand just so I finish into the hill, but it is a little bit obstructive with the trees.
I believe this is Eagle with his splice again.
Yeah, and I don't know why you don't throw that shot on every hole. It's just straight up, straight down, right in line with the basket. Easy as that.
right below that little hill at the bottom of that bush. And that's the issue with that backhand shot by Dan Shando.
And you'll see this happen all the time. Just getting a little bit hyzered with that headwind, and it just fades all the way to the bottom of the hill. Nate with another tomahawk. He left that one a little bit left and got caught up in the tree early. I managed to get this one nice and high over those trees, but left it a little bit left. Should be about 25 feet from the pin.
I feel like you were saying on that round that, or the third round, because that looks very similar to your throw from the third round. Tough up by Nathan there.
Yeah, so what actually happened there is I was a little too long and I landed on those rocks and rolled all the way down the hill to about 45 feet or so. And that's the problem, is you need to finish a little bit right of the basket just so you don't have that problem. And just off the cage.
Just a tough little spit out there.
It's eagle from about 15 feet. No problem. On to hole 7. This one has a couple different lines to it. And first round we saw eagle try the backhand like flex line that finishes toward the pin. Pretty big gap there. There's also a nice straight gap at the pin. You'll see a lot of people throw a forehand at it. But I threw a grenade yesterday, and I think eagle's stealing my line today. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of left to right crosswind here, so it pushed him a little bit right.
Yeah.
So pretty from Dan. Just right up the middle. Not a very big gap, but he hit it right in the center.
And there's so many holes like this that are just framed so perfectly for a cameraman that just, I want to take all the pictures and as much footage as I can.
Definitely.
Oh, that was closer than last round.
And Nate parked that one about 5 feet last round, and he's about 2 feet this round. So definitely got this hole dialed. See if I can make the correction from 2 holes previously when I threw my grenade.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I'm happy with that all day. I'm about 10, 15 feet short.
Yeah, our cameraman Andrew, after he released it, said he could hear, "Release that like a duck." As you can see by that throw, didn't end up like he wanted. So,
That one just sat there on the rim for a moment.
got to give the basket a little hug for that one.
Yeah. Just for a little dramatic effect, you know. Yeah, and that's great too. Played the hole just like it's supposed to be played, and paid off. Got the birdie. So did Nate. You know, he was 2 feet away. So.
And hole 8 plays into this just open field where you find hole 9, you find hole 18, you find a couple of the amateur or the other courses baskets.
Yeah, this is one of the trickier holes out here, in my opinion. You've got this tight little gap right off the tee, maybe like 5 feet in front of you, and you have to flex it just a little bit, because if you leave it on that hyzer angle, as you go down the hill, it fades way out to the left, as you see Dan do there. So the key is to keep that nose down and maybe a little bit of turn right off the tee.
And one thing I noticed, especially after the third round, once you get past those trees, the wind is almost unpredictable.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you have that throw by Nathan. Beautiful.
Yeah, first round, he left it a little bit long and got an unfortunate roll, but today it's pretty much parked, about 20 feet long. I'm throwing a P3X here, and I just clipped that very first tree, and it kicked me straight in line with the basket. I'm sitting maybe 10, 15 feet short.
Yeah, nice adjustment from round 3 when we turned over. Was it the same disc?
It was the same disc, yeah. I just committed to that straight line a little bit more and got a little fortunate break off the tree. There's a little uncharacteristic shot from Eagle. Just came out of his hand on a hyzer. Must have slipped out just a little bit.
This weekend, Eagle was having a little bit of a tough time throwing that straight putter.
Definitely. That backhand straight shot was one of the hardest shots for him and for me, to be honest. You'll see him rely on that trusty forehand for most of the round. Eagle pitched up to maybe 30 feet, maybe just outside. Kind of a tester putt for his par.
Right in that wind. Could see it affecting his shirt.
Yeah, right to left here, so definitely tricky putt.
And Eagle does what Eagles do, puts it in the basket.
Yeah, it's so incredible to watch his putt. Just stays in line the entire way, never fluctuates.
It's so great to see a confident putt like that from Nathan. He seemed to be leaving a few short this weekend, so when he gets them in there nice and confidently, it's always great.
Yeah, definitely. He deserved that after that great drive. Put that one a little high, but in the basket all the same. On to hole 9. This one is 275 uphill. It plays right up. You'll see a lot of these like Nordic trails that we're using for our fairways. And nice straight shot. This one plays a little bit further just because it does have that uphill to it. And this is just a rip by Nathan. Puts it right in the middle of the fairway, probably about 30, 35 feet short. I'm going back to that P3X. After missing a little bit wide on that last hole, I was a little antsy and sawed it off just a touch short.
And the hole to the basket just gets smaller and smaller with those trees, and it just doesn't affect Dan at all there.
Not even a little bit. He is parked with that flick all the way up to it. Like I said, you'll see Eagle throw a lot more flicks this second round than he did the first round. But he hyzered that one out a little bit, and he'll have an obstructed putt from the right side of the fairway. This kind of awkward stance for me. Circle's edge, probably maybe 33, 35 feet, somewhere around there.
Just a solid putt. Way to capitalize on that putt there.
Yeah, that one felt good. I knew that I had a chance of catching Eagle after that putt.
And like I said in the last hole, Nathan just leaving it a little short and getting a tough rollaway. And look at that spot by Eagle. Remember the cameraman was mentioning he just spent a bunch of time figuring out the right hand position to get through those trees.
Yeah, definitely a tricky putt there. But that one's not. Nice little tap in for Dan.
Absolutely deserved by Dan. As you can see, the score is there: 41, 40, 31, and 30.
Yeah, I'm feeling good here. I picked up 2 strokes on Eagle, and we got 9 holes left. So if I can keep this up, there's a chance that I could take the lead from him.
Awesome. We'll be sure to check back with us on our back 9 coverage of the Mountain House Disc Golf Tournament at the GoPro Mountain Games. We'll see you then.